Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Respected listeners, obviously we are all aware of the crisis that has been throughout the world. In many ways, South Africa has been amongst those that have responded for various reasons rather slowly to the crisis. We have countries that have had a complete lockdown. Perhaps South Africa has been in the periphery on the southern tip of Africa. Perhaps it is away from the epicenter. But of course, we are living in a global village, and it was expected that what happens in the world does impact upon us one day. And of course, today, the presidential address had brought upon us several challenges, especially with regard to our religious gatherings. During the course of the day, the United Ulama Council had prepared guidelines, and we're waiting for the presidential speech to be able to see if those guidelines were relevant, because it might have to be tweaked to be able to make it relevant after the president's speech. After the president's speech, the United Ulama Council of South Africa is in the process of providing guidelines. Obviously, at this stage, what is important is that we cannot take a view that no, we are relying upon Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't need to follow these guidelines. As responsible citizens, it is our responsibility to abide by these guidelines and to show the country and the world that no, Muslims are part and parcel of the solution. And in this particular regard, there are certain types of challenges. It is not for me at this stage to be able to give guidelines or to give a ruling with regard to what is going to happen. How are we going to tweak our situations to be able to abide by these regulations? The muftis would be able to come up with solutions in the next few days, especially with regard to the congregational prayers. Perhaps what needs to be done is to have smaller congregations in different parts of our regions, or even within the masajid that we have. We're going to have smaller congregations to be able to abide by what has been made mention. As we have said, these are situations of emergency. Inshallah, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam had said, for every disease there is a cure. And this particular cure, inshallah, will come from Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We need to be making dua, but we don't need to be panicking. What we need to be doing is to take the necessary precautions. Precautions have been shown to us by our beloved Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a valid response to situations. And all the other matters and all the other measures which have been put in place, alhamdulillah, are enshrined in our Sharia. We are amongst those who wash ourselves 5 times a day. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the blessing of food is to wash your hands before and after the eating. So we have these situations, and it is for us to abide by it. Read the du'as. There are many du'as that we can read. I will just make 2 du'as that are easy to read. Bismillahi alladhi la yadurru ma ismihi shay'un fil ardi wala fis sama. A'udhu bi kalimatillahi tammati min sharri ma khalaq. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for the ummah, for us in South Africa, in other parts of the world. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah.